What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, man. I got a news video on this. I got something a little bit different on the screen. Why are these NBA players blacklisted from the NBA? I just want to know why the White Howard not playing in the NBA. I know he probably gonna talk about it. That's really the real one of my questions. Cause after he got that ring, he should not have got. The Lakers should not have got rid of him. I'm gonna keep talking about it because that should not have happened. That shit pissed me off when I seen that. Like, that didn't make no sense. But yeah, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. I got a banger on the screen. Let's go and get into the joint, man.
Represents one potential pro signee. Only 3 dots out of the 35,000 will make it. That's how rare it is to become an NBA player. And still, some NBA players make decisions that tarnish their playing career. From career-ending brawls to betting against their own teams and earning a lifetime ban.
That's just a pure menace.
Some players have made decisions that cost them everything. So today, we're going to be looking into why these NBA players are blacklisted from the league. Before Ron Artest would change his name to Meta World Peace, ironically, he was not a very peaceful person.
No, not at all.
From his different hairstyles, the rap album, the on-court antics, and of course, the malice at the palace. Being raised in the Queens projects in New York, it was difficult for Ron to avoid trouble, with incidents like his friend being stabbed right in front of the eyes of 11-year-old Ron Artest.
Well, that's enough. That's some child lore to give you a person like Ron Artest. That's some good lore. That'll do it.
Ron Artest was taught to fend for himself at an early age. This type of environment would cause Ron to have anger management issues. But when he was suggested to play basketball for a way to stay out of the streets, his life changed forever. By the time he was attending high school, he was the best player in the state, eventually being picked up by the Bulls with the 16th pick in the 1999 draft. In a way to keep himself grounded during his rookie season, Ron Artest got a job at Circuit City. He even listed then Bulls GM Jerry Krause as a reference.
So I had too much time on my hand, too much time. Like, now you got a little bit of money. Now you can go buy a drink. Now you could do whatever you want to do. But I was getting in a lot of trouble. Like I said, I have my children. So I was like, I got too much time on my hand. I need to do something. So it made me go to Circuit City. I was going there all the time, and the discounts. So I would go to Circuit City just to chill out. I had nothing else to do. Practice is over. I'm out the gym. Just look at the DVDs. When that was hot, just walk around, and I'm like, damn, I need a little discount because I'm paying for these DVDs. Yeah, I feel like Bill Gates, but when you look at the contract, like, hold on, I can't keep buying these many DVDs. So if I can work at Circuit City, I get this discount. So it only lasted one day.
I was about to say, how long did you work at Circuit City?
I was there for one and a half days.
Bro, he said that like he was just there for a minute, bro. What? He was there for a day? What type of? All right. Bitch said he wanted to go get a job just to say I was just there for a day.
Called me in the office. What are you doing?
What was that conversation? What was that conversation like?
What are you doing? He's like, yeah, why are you working at Circuit City? I said,
well,
I'm trying to get a discount on these DVDs, and I'm bored. Like, I have nothing else to do. What I mean?
Way.
He's like, nah, you can't work at Circuit City. I was like, all right, cool.
Although his career at Circuit City only lasted one full day, this just goes to show that Ron Artest wasn't your average NBA player. And the malice at the palace only solidifies
he got kicked out.
And it all started when Ron Artest,
then
with the Indiana Pacers, got into an altercation with Detroit Pistons fans after being hit by a drink. The incident escalated into a massive brawl involving players and spectators. Artest was suspended for the rest of the season, which ultimately added up to 86 games, the longest suspension in league history at the time, resulting in $5.2 million in lost salary for his involvement. As for the fans, some were charged and banned from the Pistons stadium for life.
And then he got hit with a fan.
9 fans got hit, and 2 had injuries bad enough they had to go to the hospital. Some fans believe that this incident ruined a potential Hall of Fame career in Ron Artest. What do you guys think? Although Ron Artest instigated the biggest brawl in NBA history, and maybe in sports history in general, he wasn't
You got
banned for life.
Mike Brown out there
Well,
too.
this next player was banned for life.
Oh,
and the
ain't that the
reason
nigga that bet
will
on
leave you
himself?
Speechless. Jonte Porter.
I think this
When he
nigga that
was in
bet
the
on
league,
himself.
he was a random player on a 2-way contract, making just $415,000 per year. That's why when the Mafia approached Jonte to start rigging games to win bets, he happily accepted. Now,
He
the
would really
bets that
cook.
Jonte
Hey, in my
Porter would
opinion,
be
he's really
running
cooking.
were
That's
called under bets. So if he scored less than his averages, he would win the bet. So when Jonte Porter was in position to go above his averages, he would just fake an injury, like complain about his eye being sore.
At the end of the quarter, in position to get a rebound, but his man pulls away. Yes, he is safe. But then the ball bounces right to him. Instead of grabbing the board, though, what was that? He, taps it to his teammate at the end of the quarter. Have you ever seen that before? Now, that was the third rebound of the game, and it's only the first quarter. The total's 4.5. So you can see Jonte go immediately to the coaches in the background and start pointing to his eye. So he left the game having re-aggravated an eye injury. Nowhere in the minutes he played did he get hit in the eye. He wasn't even on the injury report before the game. But maybe he got that board and was like, 3 in the first quarter, I am out.
After risking his career performing these gambling schemes, surely Jonte made a good amount of money from these $1,965.
When you made
He made
21K,
$2.8 million in NBA earnings.
but you probably was. I don't know.
Jonte Porter wasted his NBA career for just a mere
For 20K.
$21,965. The story of this next player takes a whole different turn.
His
He
story
wasn't
is just
blacklisted
sad.
from the league because of anything he did personally. Instead, his fate was sealed by circumstances completely outside of his control. Just a few seasons ago, Isaiah Thomas was on top of the basketball
Plus
world.
his height.
From averaging 28.9 points in
They got
2017,
blackballed him
fast
so
forward a
hard.
few years, the same
And plus
player
injuries.
who once led his team to the playoffs was brought to tears, struggling to secure even a single roster spot.
They gave up on me.
That's sad. I think it was after he had dropped 80 and
being pushed out of the league. Isaiah Thomas was selected with the very last pick in the 2011 draft. Only being 5'9", nothing was handed to
that
Isaiah.
height
He
alone
had
gonna
to earn every
gonna screw you
opportunity
over.
and prove he belonged among basketball's elite. That opportunity would come when he joined the Celtics, where he would go from the last pick in the draft to a superstar overnight. In the 2017 playoffs, Isaiah Thomas would lead the Celtics to a first-round playoff win over the Chicago Bulls. The only problem was, the day before the series began, Isaiah Thomas's younger sister, China Thomas, would tragically pass away. Isaiah Thomas would fight through his heartbreak and have one of the best games of his career. Isaiah scored 33 points in 38 minutes. Isaiah would lead the Celtics to the conference finals for the first time since 2012, but would suffer a hip injury that would cost him not only $200 million, but his basketball career.
Once we hit the playoffs, the tragic news happened. My hip was slowly getting a little worse. The only thing that I would have against Boston, everybody hated Boston for what they did to me. It's a business, I understand it. I'm not tripping on it. The only thing that I think they handled wrong was not explaining to me what the extent of my injury could be if I do play. So that was the biggest thing for me that I disliked, because nobody gave me no insight. Okay, if you do play,
right,
this can happen.
Isaiah himself believes that Boston didn't do a good enough job telling him playing. What they didn't tell him was if he kept going, the negative consequences could be severe. And that is exactly what happened. After their 2017 playoff run, Celtics general manager Danny Ainge would trade Isaiah to the Cavaliers.
And then that's when he broke it to me. He's like, well, I just traded you. That's crazy. Dude, what are you talking about? My kids about to start school off the strength, after everything I went through, nigga. Like, you're not supposed to do that. But that's what he wanted. like that, but I'm not tripping. It's just crazy that they would do that. Like, I'm not mad. Like, nigga, I'd be mad if I went to a weak ass team. But it's like, we're gonna win the finals anyway. Like, that's what's crazy, but it's just like, damn, after all I do for the city, gonna be mad as fuck.
Yeah.
Isaiah went from expecting a $200 million contract with the Celtics to earning $11 million in the next 5 years. Until eventually, his career just died out.
That's
my money.
The past few years, Isaiah Thomas has been seen on Twitter begging NBA teams to give him a chance. He even broke down in tears after scoring 81 points in Jamal Crawford's league because no NBA teams have given him a chance. Tyreke Evans was not only ignored by teams like Isaiah Thomas, he was banned for reasons that will leave you questioning. Do these players ever use their brains? In March of 2009,
wait, was he smoking?
Evans
I
would
forgot
declare
what happened to
for the
Tyreke
NBA
Evans.
draft. Tyreke would be chosen 4th overall by the Sacramento Kings, only behind players like Blake Griffin and James Harden. And for his rookie season,
that makes sense.
well, it was one of the best in NBA history. Evans became just the 4th rookie in NBA history to average 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, just after Oscar Robertson, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James, winning the 2009-10 Rookie of the Year. So yeah, he had some expectations following his rookie year, but unfortunately, Tyreek's rookie year would turn out to be the peak of his career. Over the next 10 seasons, he never managed to surpass the scoring average he achieved during that standout first year. Even after being traded to the Pelicans, back to the Kings, and eventually to the Memphis Grizzlies, Tyreek's game still was quite consistent. That would be until he was traded to the last NBA team he would ever play for, the Indiana Pacers. In the 2018-19 season, which also happened to be the season Tyreek was banned for 2 years, tying the longest ban in NBA history for violating the league's drug policy.
Yeah, he did get caught for
smoking.
right?
Publicly disclosing information regarding the testing or treatment of any NBA player under the anti-drug program, other than to announce a player's suspension
they didn't even
or
say
dismissal
exactly
from the
what it
league.
was, so I can't even say it was for
So we
smoking.
don't know exactly what drugs Tyreek took to get banned, but either way, in the beginning of 2022, Tyreek was reinstated by the NBA. He ended up joining the Bucks G League team, the Wisconsin Herd, but then was waived just 3 days later. This next player suspended for the same violation is OJ Mayo, but his story is a little bit more chaotic. Cover of Slam magazine, #1 ranking in the country, was personally invited to Michael Jordan's camp and labeled as the next LeBron James. OJ Mayo was on track to be a once-in-a-generational player. At just 15 years old, OJ Mayo was a legitimate celebrity. But that's to be expected when you average 29, 9, and 6, and taking home 2 Mr. Basketball awards before his senior season. Although being just a high school kid, OJ Mayo was invited to Michael Jordan's camp, as Jordan would pick Mayo as his matchup. OJ would not hold back, talking trash every chance he could, while knocking down shots, getting the whole gym going crazy. But in Jordan fashion, he would clear the gym and give OJ an absolute beatdown.
I'm playing in my camp against OJ Mayo. He was a top high school kid coming out, and I never met him first time. In front of my camp, he starts this thing about you can't guard me, you can't do this. You know, I got my campus here, so I can't really go where I want to go because of my camp.
Yeah.
So I stop the camp, send the kids to bed. We go back to playing, and he starts his whole thing. You know, that you can't guard me, you can't do this. So from this point on, it's a lesson. And from that point on, it was a lesson. He never won a game.
You just
everything. If I can ever show you that film, and if you can ever ask him that, ask him about the thing that happened.
You got going.
Well, I happen to be the only high school player there, and it was mainly a freshman in college. And so, he came on the court and he guarded me. So instantly, I was like, man, he must think I'm the, not the strong wing over here. And so I got it going a little bit, and obviously, it's any ball player's dream to play against Mike. And I couldn't tell you how many times I did his move after the finals the next day in the rec center and stuff. So I got a few buckets, and I think the campers knew I was the only high school kid, and so they got rowdy a little bit, and we got a little bit of John. And so, we played 2 games. I think we split 1-on-1. It was a team game. And then he said, okay, now let me handle my business. He looked me in my face and said that. I'm like, what you mean? So he said, I need all the campers, everybody to leave. Let's clear the gym. I said, oh, man, you know, so we continue playing pickup, and, you know, Mike was Mike. And then he said, hey, young fella, let me tell you something. He said, you know, you may be the best high school player in the world.
But it's still levels to this.
Ever. And don't you ever disrespect.
It's still levels to this. So that is.
But the shit talking that OJ would give to MJ would be a trend in OJ's life and career that would ultimately be one of the main reasons.
Ain't MJ the reason OJ Mayo not like that?
Being selected third overall in the 2008 draft by the Memphis Grizzlies, OJ Mayo made a sudden impact, putting up 18.5 per game on 44% from the field and 38% from deep. But just like Tyreek Evans, OJ's rookie year would be the peak of his career, with incidents like a fight with Tony Allen, who was one of the toughest players in the league at the time.
You got to fight it with a menace on the plane.
And badly enough, being suspended for 10 games for taking steroids, and which he claimed was from an energy drink.
You can't be taking steroids. Oh no! What did you plan to accomplish with steroids in the NBA? What did you plan to gain?
Contained banned substances. OJ was doomed to fail the very second he was drafted. He was chasing women, partying, taking prescription drugs, while not getting any better on the court. OJ's partying lifestyle led to his body to just fall apart, causing him to break his ankle falling down stairs at his home. All of this erratic behavior led to OJ being banned from the NBA for the next 2 years. OJ had a known drug...
How do you break your ankles in your own house? How? What? How does that happen? What are you doing? As a grown man, what are you doing? What is going on?
Which ultimately ended his NBA career. Even after averaging 30 points a game in China, the NBA is never going to give this man another chance. Another player who appears to have been overlooked for another opportunity and ultimately blacklisted by the NBA is Dwight Howard. An 8-time NBA All-Star, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, even earning the nickname Superman, yet everyone in the NBA seems to hate Dwight Howard, for reasons that will make sense shortly. Dwight Howard was selected first overall by the Magic in 2004. Immediately, he made a name for himself. In his first 4 years, he averaged 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. In 2008, he was selected for the dunk contest and put on a show. He even led the Magic to the finals in 2009. But Dwight Howard's prime would be cut short for reasons that are totally his fault. He was tired of being a rim-running center, even though this is what made him the player we all remember him to be. He wanted to showcase his full bag of offense, which was pretty much empty. Howard forced Orlando decision, him or Coach Stan Van Gundy. Things got so bad that while Van Gundy was exposing Dwight to the media, Dwight Howard would crash the interview, resulting in the most awkward moment in NBA history.
What is your sense about when you talk to management? Will they listen to him, or will it be a management?
Oh, I have no idea. They can. Well, obviously, it'll be a management decision. They have to make the decision, but I ain't worried about that. So.
Excuse me. Yeah, Stan, we're not worried about that, right?
That's what I just said. We got to be worried about winning games.
Yeah, what's our main concern right now? Jameer.
We have to stop Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks tonight.
And the New York Knicks.
That's exactly
That's
right.
the plan.
Oh, first time seeing this video.
That's what I just said.
Is Dave Ping here today? The guy who started this BS?
I don't see Ping here.
Me neither.
Are you guys done with me?
Let's all
You can talk to him now.
Dwight Howard's wishes would come true when the Magic fired Van Gundy, just so Dwight could join the Lakers 1 month later. And his tenure in LA couldn't have got any worse. Dwight's attitude wasn't just an Orlando issue.
Yeah, some off
it
the
was a
court
Lakers
issues
issue
that did.
also. This Lakers team
And then once he got hurt, that really made it worse.
Kobe resented Dwight Howard.
It's difficult playing with Kobe.
I know it.
Why is it difficult playing with Kobe?
I got a feeling it probably is.
Because one, it's an expectation, you know, winning.
He wanted to win that last one, man.
And then two is like, shit, everybody expected me and Kobe to be like the new Kobe and Shaq.
Kobe thought Dwight was soft and tried to push him to play through injury, Just like in Orlando, Dwight wanted the ball more and thought Kobe took too many shots for the team to succeed. And that was pretty much it for Dwight's time in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Dwight would bounce around 6 different teams for the rest of his career, ending his career as a one-time champion. He would then play in Taiwan and dominate the league, even making posts trolling NBA players over there and asking them to come to Taiwan and join his team.
Jordan Poole, come on. Julius Randle, come on.
Julius Randle need to go over there. Cause I'm about tired of the BS he's showing on the Timberwolves.
Come on, man. Shoot, ain't nobody beating us, boy.
That's too. Hey, that's not fair. That's not fair.
DeAndre Ayton, you and CP3, come on.
You and CP3, come on.
KD.
Nah, that's dragging it.
Come on, KD.
That's dragging it.
Oh, you know who? Hey, they talking about him going back to Houston, but I think this might be a better look. James Harden, come on down here.
Nah, they're dragging it.
Fans argued that Dwight Howard's tarnished reputation is a significant reason
the Lakers just should have got rid of him. It was stupid to do that. You just got rid of your paint defense and core of that whole 2020 team. He can say some crazy shit. Shorter is like, what? He said, I knew it. And then so it's like, I knew it was something up with you. He's like, yeah, I gotta go.
Thank you, Dwight. A lot of Bays games. We'll let you go.
How healthy are you? You look really good. Let me put a shirt on for you.
Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna just end it right here. Hey, man. Okay, this before this take a turn. Like, hey, man, if y'all like this type of content, man, y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. If you didn't see my last one, be right there. And if y'all got any type of video recommendation, man, y'all let me know in the comment section below. As well as I'm out there joining, man. Peace.